What's going on, everybody? So kind of an impromptu live stream. I was debating on recording this, and I'm just kind of lounging around today. That's why I'm kicking it into sleeveless, just chilling in the office, and it's still snowing outside. The weather's still kind of crappy. Day off from the gym. So I figured, you know what? Let's just do a live stream on the new Matt Anthony from Happyland Studio. You know, it came in yesterday, or I think it was Friday, because I didn't check when it started snowing Friday, because the Friday was the worst part of the snow. We got like 8 inches. I didn't check my mail Friday. I think it came in Friday. So it had been sitting in my mailbox for 2 days, pulled it out the mail yesterday, and was debating on how I wanted to do this. Do I want to go live? Do I want to just record something? And since I'm lounging around today, it seemed like the perfect time to do this. So I appreciate those of you jumping on already. We'll wait another minute or so before we get down to the nitty gritty. This won't be a super long live stream or anything like that. You know, maybe 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. And we'll just kind of see what it's all about. I haven't looked at any notes like I normally do. Ethan, what's going on? Ken, what's going on, my man? It's just one of those deals where I like to challenge myself. So we'll see what it smells like to me, what I can detect or pick up or differentiate, whatever it may be or may not be. And then we'll check it versus the notes to see how accurate or inaccurate I was. It's these first impressions videos are one of my favorite things to do. Ken, I appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, dude. It's not why I go live, but it is nice. Yeah, he's had these black bottles for a long time. What he changes from time to time, if I can get it to focus, that would just be fan-freaking-tastic if it would focus. Come on. Been a while. Had to grab that super chat. I appreciate that. Come on, focus. There we go. He does change his labels. So I haven't read the story behind the inspiration yet. I haven't read any notes. Like I said, I like to go into this as blind as I can. I have not sprayed a fragrance on yet today. So this is going to be a little bit different, where I'm actually going to spray this on all around me, not just on my hand, to smell it and kind of get some of the scent bubble going to see what it's all about. Make the last hours of my workday go by. Well, I appreciate that. I won't be here for hours and hours. Like I said, this will be kind of a shorter live stream. From the Happyland, they're clear bottles and some are black. Yeah, he mixes it up. This one, he intentionally, I guess, based on the story, wanted to go with black. What's going on, Kyler? And yeah, we got a few people on. We'll go ahead and get rolling with this. So let's give myself a few sprays, spray my chest. It's got kind of a dense woody appeal to it, and we'll spray, just paintbrushed my forearm real quick. It's kind of dark at the beach watching this. Well, I'm jealous. Wish I was at the beach with you, man. This is different. Totally different from the last couple of releases. Nothing green about this like Wonderland, which is a mega mint bomb with some myrrh. Or Garlic Mist, which is another fresh green. What's going on, man? How are you? So this is kind of a drier type of fragrance. It's got a dry aroma to it, almost like a nutmeg type of dryness, but it doesn't necessarily smell like nutmeg. Could be some in here for sure. It's giving that characteristic of that dry, woody smell, but it's not super spicy. There's definitely some spice here. Oh, it smells even better coming off of my chest. This is nice, though. This is nice. If you like dry, woody fragrances, this is a good one. Not a lot of freshness. I'm not really getting any citrus. I'm not saying there's no citrus here, but I don't smell anything specific. What's going on, Jeremy? How are you, man? I appreciate all of you that jumped on. This is just one of those random impromptu lives. Just wanted to do a first impressions on this one. I actually sprayed it all over for my scent of the day. And so far, it's got this dry, lightly spiced, woody smell. It's a very woody dominant smell. Smells like there could be a little bit of a fruitiness here. It's got a little bit of an oak moss smell going too. EJ's kind of been oak moss happy lately with his releases, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's oak moss in here. It's got a little bit of an earthy green tone starting to come in more. And it's got a little bit of a dark nuance to it, but it's definitely not super dark. Le Monde du Parfum, $5 super sticker. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you so much. Yeah, like Kyler said, remember to like the video, guys. We only have 8 likes, and we got a little over 40 people watching currently. Yeah, let's get those likes up, man. It doesn't smell like something that's going to develop and change too much, because I feel like it's got such a dense base to the fragrance. That's what I'm getting up front, because it's so woody. It's comes across very woody to me, that I think it's kind of going to be pretty linear for the most part. Let's do a little screen share, and we'll pull the notes up on the website. Let's go screen 1. Allow. All right, let's go Happyland shop. Turn that off. Don't need a copyright strike. For those of you wondering, my ringtone is Trinidad James Full Size Run's theme song. Those of you that watch Full Size Run on the Soul Collector channel. So here we go. Mad Anthony is named for Major General Anthony Wayne, no clue who that is, who won the Battle of Fallen Timbers, which occurred along the Maumee River about 3 miles from the Happyland headquarters. Okay, so it's close to home for EJ. In what is now Waterville, Ohio. During the Northwest Indian War in the mid-1790s, Major General Wayne was charismatic, courageous, and a bit of a loose cannon, hence his nickname Mad Anthony. Okay, that makes sense. Several Northwestern Ohio landmarks and schools are named for him, along with a stretch of U.S. Route 24 known as the Anthony Wayne Trail. We think he would have liked this fragrance. It's mad good. Okay. Notes of bergamot, lemon. I'm surprised at that. Dry grass. That makes sense because it's got a dry and kind of earthy green tone to it. Pink pepper, cardamom. So there's some of that spice I'm getting. Galbanum, benzoin, Evernil. Don't know what that is. Patchouli. Not surprised here. Cedar. Definitely has a strong cedar presence. There's a lot of a woody smell here. Orris root and ambergris. It is getting a little powdery. And the more I smell it, it's reminding me of Amouage Meander. That's what it's reminding me of. Now that I'm sitting here, really, it's starting to develop a little bit. It does remind me of that. Honestly. Actually, let me go grab it. Let's compare it. It's distinctively jumping out to me as Meander. Let's go ahead and pull the screen share off. Amouage Meander. Was it an inspiration for this? I have no idea. But just out of curiosity, before we even smell it, let's compare the notes. That'll be a bit of a telltale sign in itself. Let's see. Olibanum oil, carrot heart, pink pepper, black pepper, orris, rose absolute, cypriol heart, Jonique absolute, Olibanum resinoid, vetiver oil, sandalwood oil. So no, not even, there's a few notes that are similar, but not something I would call extremely similar. But I'm curious because it reminded me of it greatly. I could be mistaken here, but that's the fragrance that came to mind. Those of you that haven't seen the bottle, here you are. So this is a little bit more on the smoky side and a little bit more green, I guess you could say. Faint, not as similar as I thought it was, so I'm a little mistaken. I thought this is the fragrance it was reminding me of, but no, not necessarily. So, give me one sec. Oh, I appreciate you catching my typo on the title. I did not even notice that. Let me fix that real quick. Things happen, you know. I was trying to hurry up and throw this together, but I appreciate you pointing that out. Thank you, man. Let's see. Live. If I can get it to refresh. So I was thinking that's kind of the path it was walking, and no, it's definitely not the path it walks. Good fragrance, though. Honestly, this smells a little better than Meander, to be honest with you. It does have a little bit of a resinous feel to it, almost like I would have thought maybe myrrh was in this fragrance, but clearly it is not in this fragrance. Let's see. Let's edit this title real quick and save. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you. Got it taken care of. So let me catch up on some of these comments. Authenticity just came out with Summer Vibes 4.0. Yet, no, I don't have a bottle yet, but I'm sure I will eventually. Sunny hasn't reached out to me about it or anything, but I'm kind of like the advocate for the Summer Vibes fragrances. So I'm sure at some point Sunny will reach out to me and ask me if I want to check it out, which of course I do. I love the Summer Vibes fragrances. Let's see. We in here. That's what I'm talking about. Noel, good to have you here, my man. Thank you. And yeah, so how many of you have already placed an order for this or already got a sample and tried it? I'm just curious. Out of everybody that's in the comments, we got 66 watching right now. Just dropped to 58. It just bounces around. Like I said, impromptu lives, you never know what you're going to get for an audience. You know what I mean? It's up to YouTube to hit you guys with notifications for those of you that have notifications turned on. It's definitely drying very green, but it's not changing a lot. Wulong Cha Scent of the Day. That's a good one. I've been having that sitting on my rotation table for weeks and weeks, and it's been a while, and I have not been wearing it. It's sitting there ready to jump in the rotation. I just haven't been wearing it. Didn't even know he dropped a new fragrance, LOL, but we'll probably order it. It seems to be just ordered the 2 new Kajals. That, I hope you like those, man. Sweet fruit and floral. Almaz is great, but Ferris has my heart because I love a great green aromatic. And that's one of the better ones I've smelled because the quality is so damn good. Super masculine type of fragrance, not a mass appealing kind of thing. And I know you like fine fragrances. You're going to like these two. I'm confident in saying that, Ken. I'm very confident you're going to like those. But this is actually, it's not changing at all, really. Kind of the opening blast was one thing. It started to settle in a little bit and calm down, and kind of it's been staying that way. Granted, it hasn't been a long time that it's been on my skin. Ferris is like an old school aromatic. Yeah, it absolutely is. It's definitely, it's got old school vibes, just quality to, you know, top tier. Wanted to wait what people said about this. Yeah, it's different. It's a little, I could see this being polarizing. I like it, but it's not as good as Wonderland. Wonderland is such a good release. I've had a lot of people tell me that it reminds them of Beach Hut Man. I haven't tried Beach Hut Man, so I can't confirm nor deny, because Beach Hut Man's one that I want to get for this summer. That's on the short list of niche fragrances that I want to grab this year. I've been grabbing some designers and a little bit of niche, but at some point I plan on grabbing that, and I will be able to compare the two. But I can tell you Wonderland in its own right is incredible. How similar is it? I don't know. Like I said, I don't have it, but it's so good. It's so freaking good. And that seems to be the overall consensus from those that have tried Wonderland. This has a dry, woody, green feel. I don't really get the citrus. Like it says bergamot and lemon, not a heavy dose of it. I never once detected any specific citrus from this fragrance. Could just be my skin, or it could be just because it's a lower percentage in the blend. I don't know. But that dry grass note with the pink pepper cardamom combo, plenty of that, patchouli and cedar. I think that's what's really making the smell that I'm getting. A little bit of orris. A little bit. It's got a little bit of that boiled carrot smell. It smells like a much more natural orris that EJ is using. It doesn't have that designer lipstick waxy iris smell. It's got more of that boiled carrot earthy kind of iris tone that the more natural irises have. I'm missing a bunch of comments. I'm sorry, guys. Let me get caught up real quick. Do a collab with Happyland. I did a couple of years ago. It's called Man Shit. It's now been relabeled as Homeland Extreme. So it's still available. It just doesn't have the special Man Shit created for TLTG label. But back in beginning of 2020, I actually did a little collab with EJ. I didn't have any creative direction on it. He just kind of made it for me. and said, look, this reminds me of you, you know, is kind of how that went. I didn't have any creative direction on it, but it's a super smoky, dark fougere. It's soup. Man shit's an appropriate name in Homeland Extreme, because there's Homeland and Homeland Extreme. And it's an intensely masculine fragrance. It's not for everybody. It's very polarizing. Mustache EDP. I haven't wore that in a while, actually. I need to wear that. I see a new Happyland and I just order it. Can't beat what you're getting for the price. I agree. You get a lot for your money. You really do. You and Equality made me buy Wulong Cha. Yeah, it's damn good. Shout outs to Ogun if you happen to see this. Ogun's a great guy. Love Ogun. Chris, thank you for all you do, brother. Because of your channel, my collection has grown. I appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so much. Seriously. You guys, I've gotten a few super chats and super stickers so far, and I greatly appreciate the donations to the channel. YouTube gets their 30% cut, and the other 70% will come to me with my ad revenue. Justin is always that's one of the main reasons I want Beach Hut Man is Justin has an innate ability of selling me on fragrances, because I know him personally, and I know I can trust his opinion, and we have similar taste in a lot of things when it comes to fragrances. So usually if Justin's raving about something, I'm probably really going to like it too. That's usually the case. And Justin has had me sold on that for a while now. Andrew, nice to see you, my man. I'm glad you could join. Can't wait to get the Kajal's new Wonderland. Haven't gotten any of Mr. Wells. Wonderland's great. Garlic Mist is kind of more of an old school Chypre fresh green kind of fragrance. It's a lot of oak moss. But it's got this bright lemony citrus fresh green appeal to it. But then you have the crazy, crazy strong mint leaf of Wonderland with that dark myrrh and a little bit of oak moss. Wonderland is my favorite release from him in a while. And he's been doing really well with his releases. Is it like dark Ancre Noir? I could see a little bit of resemblance to it, but I don't find it as earthy as Ancre Noir. Ancre Noir has more of an much more earthy vetiver going for it than this. This is just more of a dry scent profile. It's different. It's a nice change of pace. I wouldn't give this like the 8.5 that Wonderland gets. This kind of falls into the 6.5, 7 range for me, to where it's better than good, bordering very good. So that's, I mean, it's still a great rating, but it's not 100% the way to go. This is definitely sample. If you like woody fragrances, I think you'll like this. It's a dry, woody smell with a little bit of green tones to it and a touch of spice. Jared, what's going on, man? I appreciate the super chat. Finally caught alive. Been a while. What have I missed? So we were talking first impressions on Mad Anthony, the newest release from Happyland Studio. We compared notes. And it's actually my scent of the day. I got 2 sprays on my chest and 3 around the neck, plus 1 on the forearm that we're smelling from. Let's see. Starwalkers on my rack store hunting radar. They pop up all the time. I see them on a regular basis, usually at TJ Maxx. That's usually where I see them. Wulong Cha is so good. I agree. Talk about, it's an odd combination of super bright citrus, fresh green, light woods, and this herbal tea note. It's like it brings you up and then calms you down at the same time. It's kind of weird the way it does that. It's both sides of the sword. It's double-edged, where it'll bring you up but still calm you down at the same time as it develops, because the opening is super uplifting and invigorating. And then as it starts to settle into the heart, that tea kind of takes over, and it's just very calming, very relaxing scent. So it's really, really good stuff. Really is. That's one of those freshies that's worth all the money. When it comes to niche freshies, I know some people are skeptical because of performance. That one actually performs pretty well, but because of the scent profile itself and the way it develops and how it will affect you, it's worth all the money. All the money. Tell me on a bunch of perfumes, we have similar taste. Let's see, I'm getting so far behind. At the beach watching Ross do this live. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate the dedication, Kyler. Thank you, man. Would it be good to wear doing barbecue? If not, what's good for that? Literally anything. I mean, you're outdoors. You can wear whatever the hell you want outdoors, you know. If it's hot outside, I would go with something on the fresher side. That's just me personally. I don't like wearing heavy, dark fragrances in the heat, but I mean, you can wear whatever the hell you want outside. That's not the same as an indoor setting. Indoor setting, there's more appropriate things for different situations. Outdoor setting, just hanging out, t-shirts, barbecuing, drinking a couple cold ones, that's wear whatever the hell you want, you know. Star Walker at Burlington in Connecticut. I haven't really seen too much Mont Blanc at any Burlingtons. Maybe it's just my area. Last one I tried was Wonderland. Too green for summer for me. Yeah, it's crazy green. It's a mint leaf, and then there's green notes that I believe the green notes kind of enhance the mint. And then on top of that, there's oak moss in the base, which is more of a darker, spicy green. So it's green through and through. It goes from fresh green down to earthy green as it changes, because that myrrh and oak moss darken it up a little bit. But it's definitely super green. If you don't like green fragrances, you will not like Wonderland. But if mint fragrances is your style, you need to try Wonderland for sure. EGE was my barbecue scent last week, and it was perfect for the 95-degree weather. Okay. Any of you wondering why I'm doing this? Because I have this little stack with my webcam right here, and I kind of got to look around to read the comments when I pin them. Galloway, amazing summer scent. And look, I thought about wearing that the other day, and then it kind of, I don't know, it slipped my mind after the fact, but I haven't wore that in a while. Smell gooder. I appreciate the $3 super sticker, my man. Thank you, man. Rob, what's going on? Hope you're having a happy Sunday, my man. I'm just kind of lounging around, checking out the new Happyland Mad Anthony, EJ's newest release. It's changing a little bit. What is that I'm smelling? That must be that ambergris, because it's got a little bit of a salty feel to it now. A little bit. It's kind of freshened up and a little salty now. That's got to be the ambergris. Got to be. I still have the notes right here. I'm not doing screen share anymore. That's pretty damn good. It's getting better. The dry down's definitely making it a lot better. Let's see. I think turn on Missoni Wave. I have it on the rotation table. I was going to wear Mercedes-Benz Man Gray again today. Then I decided to do this. So I just sprayed this on as my scent of the day. But I'm going to wear one of those two tomorrow. Either Missoni Wave or Mercedes-Benz Man Gray. That's the two I'm absolutely loving every spray right now. Those are my two, kind of my current go-tos since I've bought them. I'm really, really digging those. Yes, drastically different. Star Walker Extreme is kind of not even the same scent. There's a very faint resemblance. That's a much more dense fragrance. It does not have that green, bright citrus freshness. It doesn't smell anything like, not anything, but mostly different. Very faint resemblance to the original. Yeah, I've got to get Missoni Wave. I've been hearing that gift sets are popping up all over for cheap. I had a guy message me a picture. Was it on Facebook or was it on IG? I forgot which one. He bought 3 gift sets. He got them all on clearance. He paid like a total of something ridiculous. It was well under $100. He got 3 gift sets for Missoni Wave. Crazy the price he paid. What's going on, Viram? How are you, my man? Greetings from the coast, long-time viewer. We get a lot of strange French parfums at our TK Maxx. Most are cheap and cheerful. Thanks for all the great advice. Appreciate that. If I ever happen to go over to Europe, of course, I would have to pop into TK Maxx just to compare the two, you know, just to see what's, because I know it's the same company and that's the European version of TJ Maxx. I just would love to see. For Beach Giza, based on Justin's recommendations, need to get your nose on them, and that house is doing some special stuff. I agree. I've been needing to get my nose on that stuff. I completely agree. Rockin' Hawass. Now we're talking. Wishing summer would actually show up here in Minnesota. It's mid-50s. Well, there's snow outside for me, so cry me a river. On Wednesday, it was in the 80s. On Friday, it snowed 8 inches. And it snowed like another 2 inches yesterday, and we're still slated for a mixture of snow and rain the rest of the day today. Colorado Springs weather is ridiculous. It's late May, and snow got dumped everywhere. I had to wear my snow boots to the gym yesterday to trudge through snow to get to my damn car. It was ridiculous. So needless to say, I wasn't on my motorcycle. I'm supposed to be on my motorcycle to go to the gym every day, not driving a car. But snow, ridiculous. I appreciate the super sticker, my man. I appreciate that. $4.99. Just discovered Gentle Fluidity Silver, and it's great. There's still several that I want to try from Mason Francis Kirkjohn. I haven't tried them all. I've tried about a dozen. That's one that I have not tried. I've tried Gentle Fluidity, but not Silver. Oh, I'm getting behind again. I was really liking citrine. Then I wore it yesterday, 90 degree heat, and now I love it. That's the thing. Citrine is built for the heat. That's the summer fragrance that George didn't have. That's why it fits the collection so well. It needs heat. If you're in a cooler setting, you're probably not going to get that great of performance. But you're in a setting where it's hot and your skin's heating up and you're sweating, it's going to push. That stuff's going to pump. It's 22% oil concentration of high quality oils. It's going to stick to your skin. It just needs heat to kind of, I guess, really activate it for you to really get the full experience, you know? Why EDP, light blue intense. However, I was wondering if the performances are still good, beast mode, and worth buying. So that depends on you and your skin. That completely depends on you and your skin and your setting and all of that stuff. They are beastly on me, but there's no guarantee they will be for you. There's always what's the phrase I'm looking for? Exceptions to the rule. So even though most people get great performance, it doesn't mean you will. So you won't really know until you spray it on your skin and take it for a test drive. You may get phenomenal performance. You may get weaker performance and be like, why does everybody say they get good performance? This is weak. This is terrible. Ah, they're all lying. Because that stuff happens too, you know. Jad, what's going on, my man? Nice to see you join the live. I appreciate it. Need to get Hawass. It's bugging me. Then grab it, Kyler. Grab it. The only thing stopping you is you. Fluidity Silver is amazing. Wow, it's jumping around. Here we go. Remember when you said your favorite since Invictus? No. So Invictus Aqua took over Invictus being my favorite a few years ago. What you're referring to is a few years ago. Invictus was my favorite. And then Invictus Aqua 2018 kind of overtook it a little bit. And then now Hawass is kind of running a race with both of them. Like, that's kind of my three. I love the Invictus style. Aqua suits my taste a little bit better. I'm never in a better mood than when I'm wearing Invictus Aqua. But Hawass is just like spicy Invictus. So Hawass has definitely stolen my heart a bit in recent months. I've had about 2 months now. It's really good stuff, but Invictus is still top 5 for sure. And Invictus Aqua is still my #1, but only by the most narrow of margins over Hawass at this point. Montal Oud Discovery Set. That's a good discovery set to play with. You can really have some olfactive experiences with that. Congrats. In the 90s here than 70s. Tomorrow, that's some good weather. I would rather have the snow for sure. It's hot as fuck in here. Yeah, you say that until you deal with the snow all the time. Look, I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed about the snow when I moved here, but it gets old. And look, early in the winter, I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it. Let's do this. But once we get closer to spring, I'm done. I'm over the snow. I don't want any more snow. I want to ride my motorcycle. I want to wear sleeveless hoodies to the gym. I want to wear shorts. You know what I mean? The cartoon kid got 150 ml of Prodalome Intense for $210. Wow. Yeah. But well worth it. Hey, if you love it, you love it. And it's getting harder to find. And at least that's a really big bottle. But that is a stout price. I don't know if I could have did that because it's so far over retail. You know, I don't know if I would have been able to do it. But it's just going to get worse. So that's a good way to look at it. That's a year from now, you may look like a genius at that price. You know, it's crazy how that stuff works. Hot out in Sacramento. Scott, what's going on, man? Damn, citrine is the one I haven't. I'm shocked you don't have citrine, honestly, Ken. I am shocked. Only puts out bangers. Agreed. Bought Hawass in your recommendation. I can't explain the reactions I get from it. Most compliment. And look, it just works, man. On average, Joe in the house. What's going on, my man? We kind of got off topic. I mean, we talked about Matt Anthony enough. I guess I'll just keep chatting with you guys for a little bit. We got 91 in the chat. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. This was an impromptu live. Don't plan on staying here long. We've been here about 30 minutes. We'll hang out for a few more minutes, chat with you guys, and then we'll shut it down, and everybody can go on about their Sunday. Kyler can go back to catching some rays on the beach and stuff like that. I do appreciate all you checking it out. But those of you that just jumped in, if you want to hear my thoughts on Mad Anthony, definitely just scroll back a little bit. It has gotten nicer and nicer as it dries. It's a dry green smell, and the orris and ambergris kind of take over as it starts to get into the early dry down. Really, really good stuff. Everybody in the chat saying hi to Joe. Dang, haven't watched his channel in like a year and a half. when I was going Cologne crazy. He's gotten jacked. Oh yeah, that's I live in the gym, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. A year and a half's about how long I've been consistent in the gym. January 2021, I decided to get serious, and it's a process. You know, I've lost a lot of weight. I've been eating a lot more calories the last couple of weeks. Till the end of May, I'm in a surplus, and then I'm gonna go back on 1,800 calories a month and start cutting it off. I've gotten a little bit bigger. I'm not quite as vascular, but my strength is through the roof right now since I started eating more calories. But I appreciate you noticing. Thank you, man. Yeah, you can see it in my face. I've lost a lot of weight. You know, definitely not near as chubby as I used to be. Still got a little bit of belly fat and stuff like that. You know, it's the hardest thing to get rid of. But I definitely work hard on it. You know. So I haven't tried any of the Clive Christians. I actually have a decant of 1872 and X that I got from Door Prestige, and I haven't tried them yet. That'll be another live stream. I got a bunch of decants from them. I'm going to do a live stream smelling that. I got a discovery set from Rurana Parfums. That'll be another live stream I'll do. These little discovery sets and sample sniffs, that's going to be kind of a mainstay for the live format for me moving forward. So that'll be 2 upcoming live streams. King of Seduction Absolute, if you like Invictus. Okay. Any experience when seeking HRT? You just got to go to somewhere that handles low testosterone, basically, and get tested. And if you're low, they'll put you on testosterone. That's kind of how it goes. It's kind of the it thing these days, you know. Wow, I'm way behind on comments, but yeah, they got them all over the place. I know a ton of people on TRT, and I mean, I'm on TRT. I mean, the trolls are going nuts right now. It's all part of it. Your testosterone gets really low. You get lethargic. You lose energy. It's not good for your body. And it's prescribed medication to put you in a better state. You mentally, you're better. Physically, you're better. Recovery's better. It's better for your organs. You're monitored. You get blood work all the time. I get my blood work done every 10 to 12 weeks. I'm getting blood work done on Tuesday, as a matter of fact. I stay on top of it. Track your cholesterol, your hemoglobin, your red blood cells. You track everything. You know, it's a healthier way to live. You know, it's very motivational as well. Very motivational. It makes you want to stay in a better, healthy state with your nutrition and things like that. It makes you second guess eating the candy and just drinking Coca-Cola all day long. You know what I mean? I'm the same. No snow after February. Yeah, this is too much. I'm done with the snow. I'm so tired. And I have no choice in the matter. I mean, when it snows, but that's why I'm just lounging around today. Took a day off from the gym. It's just, yeah, it's one of those types of days because it's been snowing for 2 days straight. You know, it's ridiculous. 4.0 Elixir is, I would say 80+%. It's a little bit more aromatic and a little bit woodier. Like the lavender and the woods are heightened more so than the spice. I have it right here. It is right here. I always keep it right here to just sniff on it. When it comes to Mike's fragrances, I don't necessarily wear them all the time. I just keep them right here and smell them. Because they're so strong, once you spray them out the atomizer, you can just smell them out the atomizer. So good. So good. Really is. I would say Alexandria's version is a little bit more accurate, but Mike's is much more affordable, just as much of a beast, and it's kind of a little bit better than the original if you like lavender. It's a little bit more lavender, a little bit more wood. It's a really good one. City Rhythm San Diego. I still haven't got my nose on it. So Niles sent me a bottle with the shimmer. I don't want the shimmer, so I'm sending it back to him so he can send me one without the shimmer. So I haven't even opened the package because I don't want the shimmer. Citrine smells like off on my friend. He sold it to me for $80. That's very strange. I definitely wouldn't compare it to off bug spray. That's kind of weird. Definitely does not smell like bug spray. That's a skin chemistry thing. It's not the fragrance. It's your friend's skin and the way it's reacting with it. How can Ross show off his cannons if it's snowing his arms? I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Hell no, on that snow crap citrine is the one I want to wear. Let's see. Ken Sense. Yeah, I know I took mental health break. Everyone dropped new perfumes. Trying to catch up. Citrine's my next purchase. Might order when you get off. I appreciate that. Well, look, make sure. Let me do this real quick. Copy. Paste. And we'll pin it. So there is my link tree in the comments. Save yourself 10%. You don't have to use the code to save 10%. The link will automatically grant it, but there is a code there as well. Let's see. Ross recently dove into the House of Argos. Now we're talking. Triumph of Bacchus. Yeah, only smelled 3 of the 8. I haven't tried Palace Athene. Second week of June, I'm going to have Christian on here. That's potential. I don't know if I'll do a live. I'll probably do a live before then, but I'm going to do a live stream with Christian talking about his newest upcoming release. I haven't tried Palace Athene yet, and the new one that's coming out is going to be heading my way, and we're going to be discussing them in a live stream. So be on the lookout for that. Kind of like how Justin does. We'll discuss that. I've done lives on Instagram with Christian before. We just haven't done them on YouTube. So it'll be nice to discuss kind of the inspiration and the thought process behind the scent profiles. And as you know, with Christian's presentations, there's a story behind those plaques and the design. So I'm very curious to hear them. Dino, what's going on, my man? Shout out, brother Joe. About to win 100 ml of Y Live. Yes, it's Y meets Invictus. 2 of my favorites. It's a great fragrance. It's a damn good fragrance. PC. Imagine a powerful being says you have to choose easy parfums for all your days. Otherwise, just probably parfum concentration, because most parfums are really rich, have a dense aroma, and don't project too heavy. That's probably, I would probably have to go with parfums for that reason. Usually parfum flankers are my favorites. Even though the EDTs will have the most freshness, the parfums will have that rich, dense aroma and not be too loud, but be very consistent in its projection and scent bubble. So I would go with parfums. Have to go with parfums. Yeah, right now I'm not. Right now I'm doing 3,000 calories a day, but I'm going to go back. I've been doing 3,000 calories a day for a little over a month. And at the end of the month, I'm going to go back to 1,800 calories. You can't just stay on a diet all the time, and you can't stay in a surplus all the time. You got to mix it up. Going to lower the fat instead of the carbs this time. So I was doing lower carbs, higher fats. Now I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go lower fats, higher carbs. Just kind of mix it up. Because when you do the same thing all the time, your body will adapt and you'll stop seeing results. That's just how it works. Yeah, I definitely live in the gym, man. Curly Sense. Hawass versus Light Blue 13-2. Wow, that's impressive. Just ordered Derej, and I heard it's great date night fragrance. I've been putting off getting it. I'm going to get it soon. Inshura and Shagaf. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. All cigar channels are getting canceled. I mentioned because of your pick. They're moving to Rumble. Hopefully the parfum channels are safe. Because of your pick. What's wrong with my pick in this video? Because it says batshit crazy and I put the little star where the eye goes? I don't know. Because I'm wearing a sleeveless shirt? Can you elaborate? I'm really not sure. Appreciate the vids. Keep at it. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you, RS. I appreciate that, man. Of non-supremacy. I've been seeing a lot of Scent of the Day posts for that. Creed Aventus meets Nishane Hasavad. Okay. I'll have to check that out. TRT alone doesn't get it done. Yeah. It's not magic. Nutrition, and form, and time under tension, and slow negatives, and variety and volume. In your training, there's so much that goes into it, man. It takes time. It takes time. Time, effort, and consistency. Brian, what's going on, my man? Simple question. Could Chrome Aqua be okay? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not that loud of it. I'm just the type, some people like wearing loud stuff. There's this one particular dude that wears Versace Eros to the gym every time I see him. Every time I see him, I smell him. And to me, that's too much. When I go to the gym, I don't want to smell other people. I don't want to smell body odor, and I don't want to be overwhelmed by a fragrance either. I'd rather be overwhelmed by the fragrance, obviously, than smell body odor, but I feel like it needs to be a bit more subdued. So in the event somebody smells you, it's just a nice, fresh, clean, inoffensive smell. Gym scents for me are even safer and less offensive than stuff I would want to wear in an office setting, to be honest with you, because it's not about trying to pull people in. It's not about hoping somebody smells you to get a compliment. It's just nice, fresh, clean aroma. I wear it for me. It's a subconscious thing to where I just want to know that I'm smell okay, you know, even though I wear deodorant. And yeah, deodorant's more than enough, but it's just one of those things I kind of do for myself. So I like stuff that's more subdued. That's more subdued, but even Chrome Aqua, I wouldn't do more than 2 to 3 sprays at the gym. That's everything I wear to the gym. 2 to 3 sprays. And that's good. I don't want somebody to walk up, hey man, you smell good. I don't need that at the gym because I'm kind of in my own little world at the gym. I just spray something for myself. So that's kind of where my mind frame is when it comes to fragrances for the gym. And Aqua, totally fine. Any of the Chrome flankers, Extreme's probably the only one I wouldn't spray because it's powerful. Even 1 or 2 sprays, when you're heating up, it's going to really push. You know what I mean? You got to keep that in mind. You're going to start sweating. Your body temperature is going to go up. Whatever fragrance you're wearing is going to start projecting more. So for me, the weaker, the better. You know, because I start my training section off with, I'm wearing a hoodie. I really get a sweat going, get the body heat up while I'm getting a pump before I take the hoodie off. So like I start every workout with a hoodie on. So my body heats up. So if I'm wearing something that when you get pretty hot, it'll project heavy, it's not something I want to wear to the gym. You know, I know that's kind of a tangent, but I appreciate you asking. But yeah, that's totally fine. I just wouldn't do more than 2 to 3 sprays. You know, Ross trains like Rocky Balboa. No, not that extreme. It's not movie type of training. You know, favorite discontinued fragrances. Ooh, Valentino Uomo Aqua, Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Cologne. These are some good ones. Some good ones. Especially Valentino Uomo Aqua. Nobody talks about that one. Very unique, fresh iris fragrance. That's good stuff. Good stuff. I need to pull that one out. I haven't worn it in a while. Curious if the gym is your time or the missus just as dedicated now. Curious because mine is starting to go. No, my wife likes to go on walks and go on hikes and stuff like that. That's her form of exercise that she likes to do. And I go on them with her here and there. But I mean, I don't do it every day, every other day. The gym's kind of my little therapy session, solitude in my own little world kind of thing. You know, she doesn't go to the gym. She's an outdoor exercise type of person. So we kind of have our own little space for that, you know. Brian, it's raining like crazy here in Texas. God, I love the rain. So Brian, so 95 people, 91 people, almost 45 minutes. We'll shut it down here in a minute. I'm just trying to get caught up not way back, but I'm behind for sure. Jesus Christ, I'm way behind. I thought I was just a little bit behind. Definitely use your discount, my guy. I appreciate that. Dior Homme Parfum or Fahrenheit Le Parfum. Wow, that's a tough one because they are both great. They are both great. It just comes down to, do you like iris or not? Because Fahrenheit Le Parfum is a little bit more, it's a boozier smell. I feel like Fahrenheit Parfum more people will enjoy and can pull off in more situations. So believe it or not, I might, based on that, I would have to go with Fahrenheit Le Parfum, but Dior Homme Parfum's a top 5 all-time fragrance for me. So that's a tough one. It just comes down to, do you like iris or not, basically. Palace Athene, don't tell me. I haven't smelled it yet. Don't tell me nothing about it. And yeah, I'm not even going to click your next one. I'm sure they're good. Argos does not put out mediocre fragrances. Hey, man, great reviews from Portugal. I appreciate that, Hugo. Thank you so much for coming and jump in. I love boxing. It's my favorite combat sport, more so over mixed martial arts. I like hitting the heavy bag myself. I don't go to a boxing gym. I've debated on it. And there's a few around here. There's a few boxing gyms. There's a few mixed martial arts gyms as well. It just comes down to, do I want to pay for 2 gym memberships? Because I love the actual fitness gym that I'm at now. There's so much to do at Avasa Fitness. If you like to incorporate a lot of variety and different training philosophies, some CrossFit style stuff, plyometrics, athlete style training, plus bodybuilding, Vasa Fitness is a great gym to be at. It's a commercial gym. It's always packed. There's always 100 people in the damn thing, but it's got pretty much everything you could want as far as equipment and options. The only thing they don't have is a rope to rope climb, which I don't do that anyway. But yeah, maybe at some point I'll do that. But for now, I don't necessarily want to pay for 2 gyms, and I don't want to split my time. And I'm kind of focused on what I am doing at the moment. So we get hold of parfum. Still can't believe it. Have it in my possession. EJ, nice of you to drop in. Yeah, if you want to hear what I had to say about Mad Anthony, it's actually my scent of the day. I sprayed it all over me. Definitely just scroll back and you can check out what I had to say about it. I appreciate you stopping in, though. Everybody say hi to EJ. Where's Mad Anthony ranked amongst? So there's so many. It doesn't crack the top 5 for me. It doesn't. Wonderland jumped into the top 5 immediately. Garlic Mist kind of got bumped by Wonderland because I liked Garlic Mist a lot to where I was maybe 5 or 6, but then Wonderland jumped in immediately and bumped it down. Mad Anthony, I think, would definitely fall into the top 12-ish because it's hard to knock down things like Paisley Sky, Shameless, Diabolique, Barbershop. God, he's got so many good ones. Om for the Holidays, both versions, decaf edition and the regular. Paisley Dreams is really freaking good on top of that. So both versions of Paisley Sky. There's just so many good ones. It's hard to jump into the top 5. It's got to be phenomenal to knock some certain fragrances that EJ's made down. This one, while very good, like I said, 6.5 to 7, not good enough to knock down any of the ones I named. For me. Others may think this is the best from the house. That's why it's very important to sample. Very, very important to sample. Dental fluidity. How many caps? Over 400 hats. I definitely have over 400 hats. And you've been busy with life and haven't dropped by the channel in a while. Good to see you. Videos in your fitness. Be sure to drop by more often. Thanks for keeping it real like always. I appreciate that, Hugo. Thank you, man. Men, get your blood work done. Your lethargic state might be fixable, and you might be operating on a deficit. Take care of yourselves, I think is what he meant to say. But he's absolutely right. I'm more focused on my overall well-being in general, not just fitness, my overall well-being, because I mean, I'm in my late 30s now. I'm 37 years old, and my dad died at 5 days before his 43rd birthday. In 2 days, that's this tattoo right here, 5/24/03, will make 19 years since he died. Okay, my dad died in his early 40s. I'm a few years away from that, so I'm all. And look, he was a bodybuilder. He was a competitive stage bodybuilder, and he was a model of fitness, but he didn't get his blood work done all the time, and it was, you know, black market testosterone and what was the one for contest prep that he would take all the time? Durabolin, not Decadurabolin, the faster absorbing version that you would take that you would shoot every other day. He was a competitive bodybuilder, so of course he was on a variety of steroids, and he didn't get his blood work done. He didn't stay on top of everything, and he was a registered nurse. He knew better, but it's one of those things where just a concoction of antidepressants for prescribed medication mixed with these things. If you put too much stuff in your body, it's not a good thing. Everything needs to be regulated. Everything needs to be taken care of. You need to be on top of everything. Cholesterol matters. Blood pressure matters. Red blood cell count matters. I mean, I know this is kind of tangential, but it all matters. We're not getting younger. The things you do in your 20s affect you for your whole life. And I was reckless in my early 20s. I was reckless. And so the sooner you start taking better care of yourself, obviously freak accidents happen, aneurysms, things like that. You could die. I could drop dead right now on this live stream. Freak accidents happen. But taking the right steps, even though sometimes it's kind of a pain in the ass and it's kind of a chore to do the healthier thing, it's best to take care of yourself, you know, especially as you get older. And I know that's interesting for me to say, being in my 30s, saying the kind of things you would probably hear a 50-year-old say, but I'd like to definitely outlive where my father did. I don't want to pass in 5 years. So my overall well-being is extremely important to me. That's why the fat guy in the first 2 years of this channel, you'll never see him again. If you want to see him, you got to go watch old videos. You'll never see that guy again. I was very uncomfortable and unhappy with, just more uncomfortable than anything, and very lethargic, not necessarily unhappy, but you got to take care of yourself, guys. It's important. Sorry about the tangent. It matters. He's absolutely right. It all matters. So impressed by their stuff, but weirdly 7 just seems wrong. It seems like fragrance doesn't work. Well, just your experience, you know. I actually find it to be a very nice office fragrance. I haven't wore that one in a long time. Like I said, EJ's got so many good fragrances that some older ones kind of get lost in the shuffle, you know. Used to do penguins to the gym. I don't know what that means. Used to do penguins. Could you elaborate, Jad? I'm not really sure about that. Love to see you work out and eating habits on a video sometimes. I've got a few little, you know, supersets and stuff like that I've done videos of. I've got a pre-workout, post-workout kind of supplement regimen thing. I've done 2 of those as well. It's a few little fitness-related content videos on the channel. Not a ton of stuff, just a few things. It's here and there. Louis Vuitton, amazing. Yeah, that's a really good one. I agree. That's a very good one. God, I'm so far behind. It just jumped me ahead. Now I got to scroll back to where I was. Sorry, I'm going to have to skip some of these, guys. I'm just too far behind. RXL, what's going on, man? My Everlast 100-pound vintage bag broke this morning. You beat the shit out that bag and busted it, huh? Let's see, Ferragamo Aqua cost $87. I think so, but it's hard to say for $87 because I've always been able to get it so much cheaper here in the States. Like, even with prices having gone up in recent, you know, the last year or so, even with that fragrance being closer to $40 now, it's absolutely still worth it at that price. At $87, I mean, that's in the realm of retail here, you know. So I don't know. Is it worth retail to you is what it comes down to. I guess for me, if I had a smaller collection, yes. With a vast collection with a lot of luxury options, probably not. I would say not. So it all depends on the size of your collection and what other things you have. It's kind of how I would approach the situation. All right, I got to scroll. Ryan, what's going on, my man? Matt Anthony drives down. Reminds me of Shadowland. And see, Shadowland's one of the few that I found very strange in the opening, and I just don't wear. It's very weird on my skin in the opening. The dry down's good, but I can't get past the opening. Homeland, Wonderland, Faux de Fafa. I haven't worn that one in a while either. Signature, I can keep going on. Bangers. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I gotta scroll down. I hate to skip a bunch of comments, guys. I'm just so freaking far behind. Well said. From a coach's point of view, yes, we need to take care of ourselves. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it all matters, guys. It all matters. Like I said, at the end of the day, anything can happen. Anything can happen at any time, at any age. Cancers develop, all this processed crap we've put in our bodies over the years. Like, I quit smoking a few years ago, something I never thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to die with lung complications, emphysema, all that stuff. You know, I've got a few family members that died from lung cancer from smoking, and I was heavily addicted, smoking 1.5 to 2 packs a day. And I quit that shit a few years ago. I'm so proud of myself. I'm still patting myself on the back because I just would have never thought it. Just one day I decided I'm done with it. And it was happy accident. It actually enhanced my sense of smell and my sensitivity in my nose. So that kind of worked out too, you know. 7 is a favorite of mine. Frags just work different on some people. Very true. Very, very true, my friend. Penguin Original. Okay, you were talking about the fragrances. I got you. I've worn Ice Blue to the gym a bunch of times. It's been a while though. Might wear that one to the gym tomorrow. Tomorrow's Shoulders and Traps. May do that. Glad you said that. Have to take care of ourselves. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Absolutely. It's important. When you let yourself go and you start developing high blood pressure problems or your LDL cholesterol being elevated, you know, things like that, it's just a matter of time before it catches you, you know? Not good. Next thing you know, you have heart disease issues and you're susceptible to heart attacks and strokes. And it's just, none of that sounds exciting to me. So I'm willing to put in the effort to sacrifice a little bit of eating Oreos and shit like that to be more comfortable in my own skin, because I'm not heavily overweight, or I don't have the mobility I'd like to have. Like, my back pain's gone since I lost the weight. My knee pain's gone because my body's not under that constant strain. Rumor has it Dior is upping Johnny Depp's percentage from Sauvage to help his legal fees. Therefore, I'm purchasing one. I've only owned the EDT years ago. What's the best now? 26 years old. I think the EDP is the best all around, personally. Elixir's the spiciest, but to still have a lot of freshness with the spice, I think the EDP is probably the ultimate of the whole line. It's the most versatile and well-rounded, my opinion, of course. And yeah, I've saw that. Like, I've heard Dior's stock has skyrocketed with this Johnny Depp trial. Like, people are buying Sauvage to support him. I've been seeing a lot of that stuff. What's going on, Clifton? I appreciate you dropping in. I'm glad you could come check me out. Give the best reviews of all the fragrance reviewers. You're great in English grammar and you have great pronunciation. I was wondering what you thought of Jeremy Fragrance's products. I appreciate the compliment, first and foremost. Thank you. With Jeremy's products, I haven't tried all of them. I haven't tried Black Tie. I haven't tried Unisex. Date was nice, but Office for Men was my favorite. He likes the mass appealing stuff. I like the mass appealing stuff. And his fragrances are pretty powerful too, I got to say. Office for Men would have to be my favorite though. Bergamot, Amber, and Broxton is the main things I get from it. It pops. It's definitely a good fragrance, definitely a good fragrance. Favorite release of the year so far? That's a tough one. That's a great question. Shit. Because there's been a lot of good releases. 2021 was full of good releases too. And 2022 seems to be no shortage of them. Intense Cedrat Boisé, I've really been digging. Going to wear that again this week. Probably do a comparison video, a battle video of that and the original. I want to get one more wearing in. Damn, that's tough, man. There's been some good stuff. Kajal Ferris. I spoke about that one earlier. Really been digging that one. That one, Wonderland from EJ. That one was a great release for this year. Let's see. Citrine, of course, I like anytime George drops a new fragrance. He always puts out good stuff. Citrine's a great release. Royal X was a great release. I like X more than Triple X. It's a little bit cleaner. Still has that little dirty edge to it, but it's a little bit cleaner. So X and Citrine were great releases. Oh, Dolce Diablo from Narcotica. That more people need to try that. That shit is good. I appreciate that, Clifton. Thank you, man. Man, I swear I need to quit too. And look, now that I have quit as well, congrats. Because look, now that I have quit smoking, I can't stand, and I normally don't say the F word a lot on my channel, but I can't fucking stand the smell of somebody smoking a cigarette. Cigars, not the same thing. Hell, I smoked a cigar when I filmed the Zaharoff Tobacco video. That's the only thing I've smoked in a while, But the smell of cigarette smoke and cigarette ashes in an ashtray, ugh, I can smell you light a cigarette from 30 feet away when you're downwind from me. I can smell it. I can pick it up. My nose is super sensitive since I quit smoking, but I can't stand it. And the funny thing is, I think back to all those times I was smelling loud like a cigarette, And it's like, damn, this is what I smelled like to non-smokers. Like, I would never touch a cigarette again. Never have the urge. Tyler, what's going on, man? Discovered Canteen. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You can drink it daily throughout the workout. You can drink it all you want. It's B vitamins. It's beetroot powder. It's pomegranate juice. It's full of antioxidants and electrolytes. It's only 10 calories. It's got a little bit of sugar in it for sweetness. I drink that every single day. I drink 35 to 40 ounces every day. I haven't made the mix yet. I do bring it to the gym every day. It's my hydration mix for the gym, but I do drink it on non-training days because hydration starts the day before the activity. if you're trying to hurry up and hydrate because you're cramping up, it's too late. That cramp's not going to go away unless you stop the activity for a little while and let your body absorb what you're drinking. But it's never a bad time to hydrate. Sorry, something caught in my throat. I love that stuff. I'm on my 3rd container of Plum Fusion. I love the Plum Fusion. I haven't even tried another flavor. I like Plum Fusion so much. I just keep rebuying that one. I just opened my 3rd container recently. Trying to get it up. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. It's like sinus drip, I guess. Enjoy your channel, Ross. EJ's Happyland is one of my favorite houses. Good performance and original. Have most of this. Was wondering if I should get Mad Anthony. That's why I'm tuning in. Scroll back if you want to check my thoughts on Mad Anthony. We did do about 15 or 20 minutes discussing it. And it comes down to sample first. I always advise sample first. Don't blind buy it. Definitely see how it is on your skin. You know, just it didn't hit me the way that Wonderland did, but I do think it's still a very good release. Yeah, that orris root's coming out more and more. I mean, I'm wearing it as my scent of the day. I have 2 sprays on my chest, 3 around my neck, and 1 on my forearm for this live. Best Happyland to start with. It depends on if you want massive. If you want the most safest one, Shameless. It's his freshie, you know. I love it. It's my favorite. But if you want something a little bit more bold, but not daring when I say bold, I would say try something like Paisley Sky. If you want, my favorite coffee fragrance is Homme for the Holidays. It's a beautiful, sweet, gourmand coffee fragrance. And if you want a great leather-based barbershop fragrance, try his version of his barbershop fragrance. It's called Barbershop. That's the ones I would recommend to try first. You can message EJ because I don't think it's on the website, but he'll make a sample pack for you to buy, and you can get just a few. You can get everything he's got. I think EJ's sample packs are some of the best in the community because EJ is actually in the community. It's not like some big brand. He's a small niche indie house, you know. I would try his sample pack, and you could really, because you may not even like any of the ones I recommended. There might be like maybe Green Irish Tobacco, which is kind of like Tobacco Vanille meets Green Irish Tweed. That may end up being your favorite. You know what I mean? That's why I really think getting one of his sample packs is the way to go. Because EJ will, like I said, he'll make you whatever size sample pack you want, whether it's 3 samples or all 25 fragrances or so, whatever the number is now, because he's got a lot of fragrances. I can't get it up. I'm trying to get this out my throat. I don't like how my voice is sounding. Down in depth, purchased Dior Homme cologne the other day. Fresh. Okay. Similar to Deep Blue. Looking for more cypress fragrances. That's good. I don't know of too many blue fragrances that have a dominant cypress note. It's more green fragrances that have a dominant cypress note. That was kind of an anomaly. Not too many blue fragrances feature cypress the way that does. It's like Polo Blue, a cypress note, and Dior Sauvage all combined. Dior Sauvage EDT. That's kind of how that one smells. Like I said, kind of an anomaly. With cypress, you got to be willing to go very green because it's usually a dominant note. It can add a minty freshness to a fragrance, and it's usually accompanied by petitgrain or mint, or bergamot and lime. Like usually there's a lot of other green aspects with cypress-based fragrances. Still enjoying it. Yeah, I love that stuff. Yeah, that's the 2 I'm digging the most right now. Got to head out. I appreciate you coming in and hang out for a while, Ken. Hour and 4 minutes. I'm going to be shutting it down here in just a second anyways. Lamar and Rosé do not smell alike. Like not even a little bit. Like not even a little bit. Lamar is fruity fresh. The marigold's more dominant than the rose. That's the dominating floral note in Lamar. It's got a little bit of toffee and ambroxan. It's not the dark smoky scent that Rosé is. Rosé is based around rose incense. It's got a multitude of roses, fresh rose, a jammy rose. And then it's got this sweet oud smell with a dominating incense. It's like I said, it's based around rose incense. That was the inspiration for the fragrance. A Greek rose incense used in the churches there. That was George's inspiration. So they're not the same, not redundant at all. Yes, there's rose in Lamar, but it's not the same fragrance. Not even close. Same, cigarette smoke is so offensive now. Yeah, absolutely, man. Love the smell of a good cigar, but with you on cigarettes. Yeah, same thing. I love a great cigar smell, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. I like a tobacco smell. I just don't like cigarette smell. That's not the same. Not the same. Former smoker as well. Dubai, come on. In Dubai, what would you visit? I have no idea what's there. I can't comment because I've never looked into Dubai. So I really don't know, man. I'm actually a Floyd Mayweather fan. I know not too many, but my favorite all time, I was a big Roy Jones Jr. guy. I love Roy Jones Jr. Love Roy Jones Jr. He was so unorthodox, cocky, and great. Great. I love Roy Jones. He's probably my favorite boxer of all time. I'm a Roy Jones. I love Tyson. Love Floyd Mayweather. But I'm a Roy Jones Jr. guy. I like James Toney. Like the late 90s, early 2000s was kind of my favorite era for boxing, to be honest. No, that's the next flavor I'm going to get, the cherry lime. I haven't tried it yet. I've only tried Plum Fusion. All right. So yeah, we gotta shut it down. I did like double the time I was planning on doing. I was only planning on doing maybe 30, 35 minutes. It was mainly just to talk about this. And we ended up, going on tangents and chatting. And I appreciate all of you. I really do. There's still 84 people here. We'll go ahead and shut it down here. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Sunday. It's 1:34 here Mountain Time. So it's still early in the day to really go out and have some adventure for you guys for the rest of your days. I'm not snowed in, but it's kind of just a chill day. Just kicking back. Probably going to make a little bit of content, stuff like that. And like I said, I appreciate everybody that gave super chats, super stickers, had some great questions, some great conversation about health, about fragrances. Love you guys. I really do. Thank you so much for those of you that stuck around, even if you were only here for just this portion right now. I appreciate you coming check me out. Make sure to check out the weekly rotation video that came out this morning if you haven't yet. I'll see you guys tomorrow on another video. Y'all have a good one.